Welcome to Champion Minded, the podcast for those who aim for excellence, not only in the sports arena, but in life. My name is Allistair, author, speaker, mindset and performance coach, and my goal is to help you unleash your unlimited potential and provide you with the tools to achieve greatness. Are you ready to become champion minded? Then let's do this. Let your joy be in your journey, not in some distant goal. Tim Cook. Hey guys, this is Allistair McCall. Welcome to the Champion Minded podcast, all about mindset, motivation, preparation, not just for sports, but for life. I hope you guys are doing well. It's third or fourth week into the coronavirus pandemic, and day by day we hear of so many devastating stories and so many unfortunate things, but on the other hand, it's so encouraging to see people getting out there, helping each other. Definitely one of the things I've come across is that there's been a lot of great human acts and people reaching out. Special thanks to all the nurses, all the people in the service industry, people in our grocery stores, putting themselves out there to help us. So most grateful at this time. But today's episode, guys, I was going to do something about the coronavirus. I did in the last episode, but I just thought, you know what? It's getting to the stage now where it's so much out there. It's just what we're seeing 24/7. You switch on the TV, you turn on the radio, and you just hear coronavirus. So today, I wanted to focus on something different. I wanted to focus on joy. That happiness and joy is a choice. And that quote I read you there, it's one of my favorite ones by Tim Cook. Let your joy be on your journey, not in some distant goal. And before I get into it, I just want to say a special thanks to all you guys. My new book, Developing a Winning Attitude and Mindset, came out this week, or should I say last week, April 1st. That's no joke. But special thanks to all of you who have left me some messages. Really encouraging to see. Thank you. It's available on Amazon. There has been a little bit of a teething problem with the worldwide distribution on the UK site and a few of the European sites. So my apologies for that. We're working on that, but it is available on the Amazon.com site in Kindle and in paperback. So anyway, I actually wanted to share with you a part from my new book, Developing a Winning Attitude and Mindset, on joy. Okay, so here it is, guys. It's from chapter 22. And it's titled, Finding Joy is a Choice. I believe that to live a rich and abundant life, you must make true joy and happiness a conscious choice. No matter how much money or fame, no matter how many trophies, investments, or material things you may possess, in the end, they cannot fulfill you if you aren't happy within yourself. Onward success without inner happiness and fulfillment is, in my opinion, only failure in the end. A few years ago, I realized that two beliefs were holding me back from experiencing real joy. The first was that I had a never good enough mentality that I mentioned earlier. The second was a trust problem. Having been let down in a few relationships, both personal and professional, I found it hard to trust others. It has been said that you will be hurt occasionally if you trust too much, but as I've experienced, you won't find true joy if you don't trust enough. A quality I've discovered in some of the happiest and most joyful people in the world is that they don't attach themselves to things that can be taken away in an instant. Some of the most joyful people have absolutely nothing. Having traveled to such places as the poverty slums of South Africa and Thailand, I've witnessed happier and more joyful people than I have here in some of the wealthiest zip codes in the United States of America. From Beverly Hills to Palm Beach. Sometimes people who are worth much more money than they can spend, I've discovered, are unhappy because they've fallen into the victim of want more mentality and focus on comparing, criticizing, and judging others. It's funny, but when I ask people what they want in life, the first thing they say is happiness. My follow-up question usually asks what is holding them back from being happy and joyful. The answers usually range from, I don't know really, to, I suppose when I get that promotion or when I win that tournament or championship, then I'll be happy. They are thinking that when they reach a milestone or achieve something, that happiness will appear. Truth is, it might come, but it lasts only for a very short time. It's a little bit like buying a new car or a new pair of shoes. It might make you happy for a few days or weeks, But after a while, things simply become just like they were on all the other achievements or materials you possess. And the want more mentality kicks in. I've spent time with Olympic gold medalists and people who've made multiple millions of dollars thinking those things would bring them certain happiness. But that stuff just doesn't do it. Regardless of your circumstances or current situation, you get to choose if you will be happy or not. You see, joy and happiness are not a destination, but rather a choice. Happiness doesn't come to you, you go to it. Greatness is about celebrating life, and I believe that it can't be achieved without being grateful and appreciative of the little things you have in your life. Sitting in a waiting lounge in Atlanta airport one evening, I listened to an interview with Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion quarterback Nick Foles. Prior to the Eagles winning the 2018 Super Bowl and after some frustrating seasons, Foles realized he was placing an enormous amount of pressure on himself. He was no longer enjoying the game. It was only after changing his outlook and mindset, realizing the joy in what he was doing and focusing on gratitude and love, that he was able to find more fulfillment and achievement in his best performances. The way to joy and happiness, as I mentioned earlier, is in essence through the relationship you have with yourself. If you can't have a meaningful relationship with yourself, you can't have a healthy relationship and meaningful relationship with the world. It does indeed start inside. If you feel you're unworthy, or continually beating yourself up over the past, or blaming yourself for your past mistakes, you will never allow yourself to experience joy and feel the freedom to live the life you were meant to have. You have to first let go of the past in order to move forward into the future. You can't discover new destinations without leaving the shore. Don't put your key of your happiness in someone else's pocket. Your passion evaporates when you say yes to the things that you don't care about. Minimize doing anything that you don't feel passionate about, and do so unapologetically, though respectfully. Don't let society tell you what it means to be happy either. That is for you alone to work out. Don't ever feel the need to prove yourself or to anyone or be liked or appreciated. Being accepted by others when you don't accept yourself is just an illusion. Real happiness and joy comes from accepting yourself and being authentic with your intentions. If that isn't good enough for certain people in your life, perhaps they aren't good enough to be in your life. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that bit from chapter 22 from my new book, Developing a Winning Attitude and Mindset. Developing a winning attitude and mindset is all about the relationship with yourself. It's about a healthy relationship with yourself. And a healthy relationship involves having fulfillment. And where does fulfillment come from? Fulfillment comes from purpose. It comes from waking up every morning and being excited to do what you love to do or spend the time with the people you love to spend it with. But, we're chasing joy, we're chasing happiness where it's actually not a destination. It is the journey. And I think we need to let go of this, these thoughts of that, happiness is out there. Happiness is inside, guys. Happiness is a choice. So I want to share with you 10 ways to help you increase your joy and happiness. Number 1, be grateful. It all starts with gratitude. I believe you cannot live a fulfilled life without practicing gratitude on a daily basis. And I hope it's something that you now have included into your daily life, is thinking about maybe 2 or 3 things you're grateful for when you wake up in the morning. But I believe that's the foundation of happiness, joy, fulfillment is gratitude. Being thankful for what you have while working for what you want. The second one is give of your time and help others. And right now, during this period, we are experiencing so many acts of kindness. Just in my community, for example, we have this community app where people are reaching out to help elderly people to get their groceries or to give them rides to wherever they need to go, be it to medical support or to get, like I just said, to get their groceries, for example. There's just so many acts of great humanity at the moment. And, I believe everything's for a reason. There's always positives that come out of negatives. And yes, this coronavirus situation is devastating. So many people have lost their lives. So many people have lost their jobs. And we don't know how long this is going to last. Today is the 7th of April 2020. But regardless if it's a pandemic or not, give of your time and help others. You know, I always believe that to get to where you want to be, help others get to where they want to be. It's been a big part of my my beliefs, and my beliefs drive my brand, which is myself. You are your brand. But it's giving back. I love to share. I love to share information on social media. I love to share information when I'm in person with people. But you have so many qualities that you need to share and give out. Number 3, appreciate the small things in life more. And again, I wasn't going to say this. I in the beginning I said I wasn't going to get into the coronavirus pandemic because it's all we're hearing. But I wrote this way before the pandemic. But all these things are relatable. You know, appreciating the small things in life more. So when I go for a run or I go for a ride and, you know, around my neighborhood, and I just see so many families, and I see families together walking the dog. I see some families maybe, playing some sport together, whatever it may be. But it's just amazing to see. I've never seen so many people, especially families, coming together. And maybe this is a time of reconciliation. This is a time where relationships can be healed. It's, again, positives from a negative situation. Number 4, enjoy the company of those you love. And I think, if you're with family, that's great. I mean, you're with people you love, but I think right now you realize the people you really miss in your life during this time as well. I certainly do. But enjoy the company of those you love. That helps with your joy and happiness. Number 5, be more accepting of yourself. And I just read in the passage there about, the most important relationship is with yourself. And that involves your self-image. That involves the way you speak to yourself. It's the way you see yourself. You can only give your best self to the world if you see the best from yourself. And that involves pointing out your positives and, complimenting yourself on daily goals and small little things you achieve through the day. But the most important relationship is with yourself. Accept yourself for who you are. If you're looking in the mirror and you're just pointing out all the things you don't like about yourself, you're not doing yourself any justice. You're not helping yourself live a more joyful and happy life. Why don't you try this? Look in the mirror in the morning and point out 3 things you love or admire about yourself. It could be something in your looks. It could be something in your skills, your talents, something you've done for somebody. But start focusing on the positives. Again, I'm the stick-it-note guy. Put up something on the mirror and maybe that says 3 things I'm grateful for today, and 3 things that I love about myself. Again, the relationship starts with yourself if you want to be happy and joyful. Number 6, watch your favorite show or a great comedy. So yesterday I had a little bit of a stressful day. A little bit revolved around the book as well, that the rest of the world, a lot of people aren't able to get the paperback copy. I've been getting emails and so on and so forth, which I'm grateful for, that people are interested. Thank you. A few other things. My trip to Australia was cancelled, so I've been trying to get refunds from hotels and airlines. And if you're experiencing that right now, you know what it's like. You can't get through to people, obviously because of the coronavirus pandemic. Lines are jammed. It's difficult to get hold of people. So I was a little bit stressed. And last night, I decided, with my cup of tea, to watch a few series of The Office with Steve Carell, I think it is. And I just switched off. And I watched around about 4 or 5 episodes of The Office, and I had such a laugh. It was so good for for my state of mind, and it just brought me joy. Number 7, improve your self-talk. And you guys who've listened to this podcast or read some of my books, you know how huge I am on self-talk, the way you talk to yourself. Let me ask you this. Would you talk to others the way you talk to yourself sometimes? Probably not, right? Become your own greatest fan. Become your own greatest supporter, your own best coach. What you say to yourself matters. What you say to yourself is very, very related to your confidence and your self-image. Speak to yourself like you love yourself, and you should. Number 8, do more of the things you love to do. So take a piece of paper. What do you love to do? Is it painting? Is it running? Is it graphic design? Is it writing? Whatever it may be, and do more of that. Right now, there's more time to do more of the things you love. Listen, take advantage of this time. Who knows if this happens again in our lifetime? I hope it doesn't. But it's okay to slow down. It's okay to do these things, to find joy, to spend time with family, to do more of the things you love, your hobbies. Number 9, take care of your health. Get some exercise in every day. Eat healthy foods. You know, the things that are in your fridge are a conscious choice. They're the things that you chose at the grocery store, right? So if you're wondering how these things got in your cupboard or your fridge, well, they had to come from somewhere. They had to come from the grocery store. But make wise choices. Hydrate more during the day. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Exercise. Again, we have a lot of time to exercise right now. And then the last one on 10 ways to increase your joy and happiness is don't take yourself too seriously. And guys, this is one I've been working on for a long, long time. I was that guy that used to beat myself up about things. I was that guy where things aren't good enough, right? And it's a no-win game. It's like perfection. It's a no-win game. Seek excellence. And maybe some of you have seen my videos or a few pictures of me lately. My slogan is excellence is an attitude. It's actually on the back of the book, Developing a Winning Attitude and Mindset, is that excellence is an attitude. And I've been working on seeking excellence and not perfection, which is very, very linked to not taking myself too seriously, beating myself up about things. I'm able to laugh at myself more. I mean, 10 years ago, I couldn't do that. Everything was so serious. I thought if I'm going to be recognized in my industry and in my career, I have to be super professional and super serious. Well, you know, I did a survey a few years ago on what athletes love from coaches. And I gave them 10 things. And the top 3 was humor, sense of humor. And especially through such trying times, there's nothing better than sharing some funny jokes or memes or just, you know, your sense of humor is medicine to people right now. So share it. So there you are, guys, the 10 ways to increase your joy and happiness. I hope you enjoyed that one today. Please, please, please share a review on iTunes or YouTube. Connect with me on Twitter at Allistair McCall, on Instagram, Be Champion Minded, and on Facebook, Allistair McCall page. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, please, please, please share it with friends. And I really encourage you guys to stop chasing happiness, stop chasing joy, stop chasing fulfillment. They're a choice, and you can make that choice today.